easy for us.
He appreciates
That'd be good if it was.
the
Yeah, you could knock
sons
your
are
neck
gonna
on
get
loose or
together
something.
tomorrow, as they should.
Nobody's up,
But
You concrete?
us wives who have been around 30 plus years, well,
Knock
he's
himself
in this
out.
one.
Is he
Said he had a
that goes
tennis
over
ball
the house
size
when she
mountain
calls
back
and
then.
needs something?
No,
Exactly.
he does
When
take
they
her
went
to
to-
all her
went to the
medical
hospital, they did
appointments
a
and stuff, so he's not like
MRI or
completely
whatever.
uninvolved.
But
But
then
he lives in the
it
Ypsilanti
surprised
area,
me.
so no.
Within,
When
what, a
it's
week
7:30
or
in the
less than
morning
10
and she
days, they
wants
cleared
somebody
your
to
flight.
come over, that'll be me and Dennis. We're the only ones that
My
live
dad,
close.
his had
But, so
fly
we're good
from New York
enough.
State.
Right.
They cleared him
We're
with
good
fly.
enough to talk
You
her
know
into
what?
going to a workshop, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know, 5 hours in the hospital till they got a CT scan, and it
Well,
looked like the
I did
the
already
drummer
think
from the
about
Fife and Drum thing, that
that. My husband
little
will be mad,
guy
cause I
at the
already
Revolutionary
know.
War. He did, I have a
Because
picture
he
of
thought he
it.
was being nice and he responded to Phil's text. Because,
That was back in 21, and when left, but just me in the room, and Carol and I were there.
Oh, right.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
oh, right,
Right in the middle of COVID, and
Rise coming
they were dead serious about
Phil's
COVID out
response.
there
I
back
haven't
then.
read it.
That was one of the hard ones, states.
Yeah.
was like, when I first
Well,
started
let's
this
hope that
combo,
that's all
I just
we
didn't know
got
it
is
was the
cataract
stage
problem.
left.
Yeah.
First surgery.
He says, well, Phil said, you know, really appreciate all the time and
Well,
effort that you and Kim
with-
put in,
And
but
that's what pissed me
because
off,
of the
because
sensitive nature and what they're gonna
they
be
said,
discussing, he
you
just
know,
thinks that it should be the
we
3.5
could do, instead of
What's gonna
cataract
get
surgery, we
talked
could do
about,
the laser, arcade, or whatever they call it.
have no
And they said, we
valve,
can make it so you can see
nothing,
far
nothing
and
to
near.
That's what
offer,
my
so
mom
we're good
has.
enough
But they
to
said
get
that's
your
elective,
mom
it's
to
gonna be $1,200 an
dementia
eye.
workshops.
They said, or you can go through insurance for cataract surgery.
Well, Dennis isn't gonna let me go, but I,
It's still $1,000 an eye with my
he's already
insurance.
agreed.
For
He,
200
before
more bucks,
before
I'd
I
put them
talked to
glasses
him,
free.
he already
I
said,
think Roger had
well,
that.
I think, you know,
Roger's
I
had
can
that
agree
same
to that,
procedure.
he said this
Well,
time.
One way,
And he
one
thought I was
the
gonna
Yeah,
be so
when we're
happy
at
with him,
church,
cause he said
I
this
got
time.
contacts
I'm
like
like,
that one time.
do you
and drove me
realize,
crazy.
he said, but this is the
I
second
wouldn't have
time.
liked that.
I said,
I
Phil
wouldn't
doesn't
have- I
understand,
wouldn't- they had-
this is
it
the
was an
second
option
time,
to
he's like,
me.
what?
When they did
Yeah.
the cataract surgery.
He doesn't
put the
remember,
lens in.
he gets to have a say,
No.
and he
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
even
know.
remember
You get
that
used
this
to
is
it.
the
No,
second
you-
time. He's like,
I
what?
guess
I'm
if
like,
you have
Sounds
a
good.
surgery, you do.
Easy
you three
walking
already
or
met
trying
once,
to-
and we weren't.
Well, one is dominant and the other isn't.
But, I once tried the,
No, because we know all that stuff anyways.
I once tried the,
Jim knows more about that than any of them, and he's married to Kim, and she's so she knows.
weighted contacts for,
He doesn't,
bifocals.
because he's lots of ideas. And he wants to be the boss. Awesome. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it.
Are you ready there, Mr. Jarvis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Start the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Approval of the agenda. We had a lady call today that had rented the hall for Sunday. And there was many sick people in her family.
25 plus.
And so she canceled her hall rental for Sunday, so we need to talk about that hall rental.
Got 25 sick people?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a baby shower, so
We'll
that's
get close to
probably
that.
1.5.
All right, is there anything else? Entertain a motion to approve as amended.
I'll make the motion.
I'll support.
Motion support to approve the agenda as amended. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public time, 3 minutes for
I'll go. I don't have an official, library board meeting report because the December meeting was canceled due to not having a quorum. But there are a few things I thought, you guys might be interested in hearing. Our next meeting is Thursday, January 15th at the Lapeer American Legion at 10 o'clock. We have a new board member appointed by the Board of Commissioners, Chris Van Bell. Today we had a special meeting to interview for a director candidate. We had just one today. We originally thought we would have two, but there was an oversight on his credentials. He has a lot of library experience, but Michigan law requires 4 years of library experience after you get your master's in library science. So we're seeing what we can do about that and possibly still be able to interview him. We don't know if the state will make an exception, but we're hoping that we'll be able to interview him as well.
He would be your second one.
Yeah. So the interview today was quite long. I felt the board members all presented really good questions. The candidate, he was very detailed and thorough with his answers. In fact, he was answering questions. He would go on about one question, and by the time it got to me, he had already answered a couple that I had. So he interviewed very well. The next steps will be at the next board meeting. We will discuss and decide what the next steps are. No action was taken today. That's all I got.
Anybody else?
I'm Susan Huff, Metamora, and I want to let you all know that Fight for the First Lapeer is really excited because we just got the license to screen a movie, can't do two things at once, called The Librarians. You may or may not have heard of it. It's in national release. It is a documentary, and it chronicles some of the problems that libraries and librarians are dealing with across the country from the point of view of Texas librarians. And if you have an opportunity to join us, tickets will be available. It's going to be screened at the PIX. Tickets will be $10, and that will be coming up on their website soon. There will be the movie, and there will be a question and answer period. And I think you would be interested in seeing how closely it mirrors some of the problems that we have experienced here in Lapeer. Thank you.
I just have a question. On your public time in both areas, it says limited to 3 minutes to each speaker for items not on the agenda in both locations. So we're never supposed to speak to the agenda?
No, you can speak on the agenda. It shouldn't read that way.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, you can, public time is for whatever.
Okay, thank you.
I thought we had that off of the main paper at one time. But it used to always be we didn't let the public speak of items that were on the agenda years ago, and we were told, no, they can speak on anything. Anybody else at public time? Real quick at public time, just so the board is aware, I had a resident call me that lives on Greenwood and Wilder in that area, and they want us to put up no jailbreaking signs. We've done that in a few spots. We can talk about it at a later date. I don't know how much in favor I am of that in that location. But something that we're going to need to talk about.
Well, I see coming south to the freeway.
Something that we can discuss. And another thing that's going to be coming up on our radar is the Wind Lake Association is trying to put together a board association. And because they've never had much luck collecting money for their weed control on Wind Lake. So they want to start going through a special assessment for weed control. And to put a Lake Board Association together, one of my trustees is going to sit on that board. Somebody from our board has to be on their board. So your bill might have a new job. So just warning, that's coming up too. That's all I've got. Anything else? Let's move on to the general correspondences for review. We got the fire report. Lapeer Township had 3 in December.
Are these the most current ones then, cause they're
Yeah.
December? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's finally got caught up?
Yep, he's caught up and he says he'll stay caught up. We're gonna talk about that and what he told me, he says, I don't have to have fire reports until the second city commission meeting. So he just sort of wrapped us up into that second city commission meeting, and that was always missing our board meeting. Construction Code Authority, minutes are in the packet. One thing that has come up this week, Goodland Township made appointments for the new year, and they appointed a new person as a CCA representative to Construction Code Authority. Ron Siskey sat on that board a long time. Ron Siskey was at CCA when it was put together, when it was developed. Yeah. And so Ron's from Goodland Township, so Ron now is off the board. We're losing a lot of knowledge by Ron.
Yeah.
Ron's getting old, I realize that, but we're losing, he's sharp with attack, and we're losing a lot of knowledge off of our board.
Been around there a long time.
He has. But, so that's happening right now at Construction Code Authority. Janelle, was there anything from GLTA?
No, they didn't have a December meeting.
Okay. Now we'll move to the police stats, Dave.
Well, in the police stats, you'll see that I included the entire years in there, so you can see how many calls for service we took. This month we took 252, and for the year we were 750 above what we were last year of calls for service. So there's been a little more activity. A lot of this, just hit or miss phone calls, but it's still, guys are getting out and doing other things. 20 complaints were handled by other departments, which is down from the previous month. Only 14 crashes last month, which surprised me. 7 traffic stops, 13 domestic or trouble light calls, and we assisted other agencies 7 times. Put a lot of hours in property checks and subdivisions. You can see almost 21 hours in property check time, even though there's 2 less. We were walking around the property apparently a little more. 11 hours on directed patrols, and 22 hours, which doubled the time of subdivision checks the previous month. 5 officers worked last month for a total of 320 hours, and we had 4 hours of training, and it was for CGIS, which is required. Every officer has to take that class once a year. So that would be my report for the month.
Did the property checks that have to do with all the snow we had? We gotta get out on foot or?
Well, sometimes we walk around when there's snow, sometimes we don't. If there's no foot tracks going around the house, you can tell. I mean, it's one of those things, but every now and again somebody walks around and you get meter maid or somebody else going around to check out something, and you just gotta go rattle the doors and make sure everything's all right.
And the meter maid gets out of their vehicle less and less now.
Less and less, yes, they do. Because everything's pretty much done, it can be done right through the car.
They don't seem to have any trouble racking up that bill.
No, well, they got that down to a science.
Alright, well, I don't see a county commissioner, so maybe he'll pop in later. How about the minutes from the December 8th regular meeting?
They look good to me. I'll make a motion to be accepted as presented.
Support.
Motion and support to approve the December 8th regular meetings as printed. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report, Nancy?
Nothing new to really report. Taxes are coming in, and we collected $2,850 of delinquent fire runs, so,
The ones that we approved
for special assessment.
in the month, November.
Yeah, so we got 1,275 left.
That sort of lit a fire under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so got that rolling.
Eric will be happy.
Yeah, Eric will be happy.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll support.
Motion support to approve the treasurer's report for December. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Samantha, clerk's report.
Well, as you will see, it's a shocking amount, because we have our Maple Grove Road bill on here. Well, two of the Maple Grove Road bills are on here. So that's why it's quite large compared to usual.
Big numbers.
I never looked to see this. I know it came in less. I haven't looked to see how much less it came in from what was originally quoted.
And then, since you got that, or this from Thursday, the two other DTE bills came in. We have a hall rental refund, and then this hall rental refund that we're gonna talk about. Those are the only other bills that were added into this number.
So, this number that we're approving, what are we approving? Because we're not talking about that yet.
Well, we can approve, we had told you the number before, the $100 rent refund, and then it's however you wanna do it.
Can we move this back in the agenda until we discuss the other?
Yeah, why don't we just postpone approving these until after we discuss that hall rental? Were there any other questions on any of the other bills? That's what we'll do, we'll just hold off on approving the bills to pay.
Number 6.
All right, number 6. Last month, I went through all my appointments. And I appointed my whole board of review again. Well, they didn't need to be appointed.
Oh,
They're still good, so I am rescinding my board of review appointments for Diana DeLong, Manny Schmidt, Mark Cornelier, and Michael Phelps. Because they did not need to be appointed.
Okay, so you need a motion to rescind that?
Why not?
Okay, we'll make the motion.
Very good.
I'll support.
Motion support to accept my rescinding of my board review appointments. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7. The tree trimming quotes. There's quite a lengthy explanation on the tree trimming quotes. I have looked at trees. 3 of them are in our township cemetery. The Wind Lake Association is going to take down, I thought it said 8 trees in their association. In the, behind the cemetery, there's the public access for the Wind Lake residents to get into the water with their boats. So they were taking a bunch of trees down. I got quotes here from 4 different companies. And some of them are quite different. But the Edwards Tree Service quote it's a 10%, that price reflects a 10% reduction because of winter work. I did talk to Edwards to be clear on that because Randy Filkins, the president of the association at Wind Lake, told me there was a discount, so I wanted to make sure there was, and Edwards said that the $3,500 was the price with the 10% deduction. But if you also read on this request, they had a tree come down during the 4th of July weekend last year. A tree come out of the cemetery and started a chain reaction of knocking trees down and then tipping another one sideways. They had a bunch of trees took out, even the tree that started it all in the cemetery, they paid for that to be took down too. But the stumps were not dead, they were growing the brush out of them. And they had those stumps ground at their expense. And they are asking the township if we would pay for the stump that was ground that's in the cemetery. And that cost was $200. He did not give us that receipt. He said that if we will pay it, he will produce that receipt for us. So I'm looking at $3,500 for tree removal in the cemetery, plus $200 for that stump grinding, which I'm not opposed to paying. It's up to you guys.
Well, I'd like to see the receipt for pay the bill.
Well, that's fine, but the total for the cemetery work would be $3,700. And we could hold off the $200, make that part of the motion until a receipt is produced, contingent upon a receipt being turned into us.
So are you looking at Edwards? I mean,
Yes.
we've used Edwards.
We've used Edwards for every project lately, so out of these 4 quotes, Edwards was best quote anyhow. And you know they do good work and they're insured and all that.
So it's Lopez, it looks like their quote was the same.
Yeah,
Well, and we
So
have
where was Lopez from?
Mayville, or no, that one's not from Mayville.
I looked, I didn't see an address on here.
But I know that Edwards does good work. They've done all of our work at the Hunters Creek
Yep.
Cemetery
And well,
in the past several years.
we're happy with him, there's no sense changing,
No.
especially for the same amount.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the reason that I called, just because of the fact that we've had them do so much work for them, I wanted to see if that was the price. If we would have asked for the quote, they said, yeah, that's the price. So it wouldn't have changed if we would have asked for it or not, so. I'd entertain a motion to do some work, if you so choose, in the cemetery.
So how do we handle the 200?
Right.
So
Just part of the motion, make it contingent upon receiving a
Receiving
receipt.
receipt, yeah.
you can approve the 3,500 tree work plus the 200 reimbursement to the Wind Lake, contingent on them giving us.
You
a
can put that
receipt.
on paper, I'll make that motion.
I'm gonna write it that way.
I'll support it.
All right, we got motion and support to approve the tree work for $3,500 plus upon receiving a receipt for the stump grinding for the stump in the cemetery, we'll pay the $200 to the Wind Lake Association. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. How about the hall rental cancellations, Sam?
Well, we talked about it, they just had over half of their guests sick, so they decided not to hold the event. Our custodian didn't have to come or anything.
They called her on
They
the
had
day
called
before.
on Saturday, so she didn't have to come. So I just need to have approval to send back the rent amount.
So we had no effort involved at all because she canceled the.
Right,
ahead of time.
and
And you're keeping the deposit?
no, I mean,
No. The deposit always goes back on home rentals unless they break something or
Right.
something happens.
but the fact is, you know, we hold off, we let people start renting January, February, March, starting in October. of the year before. Anything from April on has to wait until the first working day of January. And there's times, especially for high school graduation parties and Christmas time, we get a lot of rentals. And this person rented in January. It's not a busy time here. So I don't know for fact, but I bet we didn't turn anybody away for that date. Because that's the whole thing that we say, if you cancel on us, we probably turn 3 or 4 people away on that date, you know, and
Our paperwork says deposit will be forfeited if rental is canceled and the building could have otherwise been rented.
Yeah.
That's like during prime shower season, you know, May, April, May, through the summer of graduations and whatnot.
So how would we know if somebody else could have rented it? Unless we keep a first, second choice, or.
we don't know that.
Just past history, it's, you know.
Well, and if you look at the calendar.
January, February, March starts like with showers and stuff in April,
Yeah,
but,
you know there's gonna be some
Yes.
hot spots.
yeah.
There was still two full weekends left in January that if somebody, you know, wanted to rent, they could have rented. So I just need to know how much I'm sending back. If I'm sending back all of it, or
I just make a motion to return the deposit and the rent back due to illness.
I mean, we did that during COVID
We did that
because
during
that
COVID.
happened a lot.
There are a lot of people sick out there, so.
I'll support your motion.
We got a motion of support to, what was the date of the rental?
The 11th.
To return the deposit and the rental fee for the January 11th hall rental that was canceled due to sickness. Is there any further discussion?
So that's how much?
$200.
$200, so it's
Oh, it's-
704.27.
It's 6.
This is how much it was?
This is what I added it just so you're ready.
Oh, so this is gonna be the total? Okay.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So this is the number you need the motion on.
Okay, now let's go back to the payment of the bills.
So this includes the rent and the deposit we just agreed on sending back.
The 704,627.11.
So I'll make the motion to pay the bills in the amount of $704,627.11.
You make big motions.
I do.
I'll support.
Motion support to pay the bills in the amount of $704,627.11.
And 11 cents.
Is there any further discussion? Samantha, will you poll the board?
Nancy?
Yeah.
Phil?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Sam, yes.
Bills are paid. I do have the road commission trying to get me some numbers for different options for road work this spring. Brings us back to public time. For anything you'd like to speak on, doesn't matter.
Anybody else wanna go?
And, can we try to get that changed for the next meeting, please?
Susan Huffstone, out of Morristown. GOTA is an interesting organization, and they have had a lot of problems with Open Meetings Act violations. I sent a letter today, this evening, to Executive Director Bales and their board, but because your township is one of the townships that is involved in the board, I would like you all to have a copy of the letter so you're aware. So Scott, if I can give those to you and you can share them.
Oh, this is ours?
Those are yours. And they do have my personal email address on them, which has not been redacted, because if you want to send me an email, I'm okay with that. I'd be happy to answer any questions or talk to you about it. Thank you very much for taking a look at it.
Anybody else?
Sure. Kelly Nolan, Lapeer Township. I I just wanted to inform the board that the library board has paid an additional over $8,000 to the attorney for the last 2 months of the year. Not sure why they need to keep paying the attorney. I guess he's taking minutes at the meeting. I'm not really sure, but I don't think that's worth $8,000. So that's it.
Anybody else? Anybody up here? Obviously no EMS report tonight.
No PC either.
No PC either. Next board meeting is February the 9th at 8:30 in the morning.
And when's the next county association meeting?
It's in February. I don't have
Okay.
that date right now. It'll be after our board meeting.
Okay.
And that will be the road commission annual meeting as well.
And hope it's after the 11th.
Yes,
Okay, good.
it will be. Well, with no other business in front of us, we can adjourn. Hey, pretty darn good.
Look at that, one in a
Took it
row.
under a half hour.
I don't mind these meetings occasionally. Thank you all for attending.